fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried.
Welcome to yet another episode of the great and powerful Deep Fat Motherfucking Fried, ladies and gentlemen. It's the greatest show under the sun or wherever the fuck it's under.
I think we're
Here's
under the
my
sun,
two
technically.
subordinates, Scotty and Paul.
Subordinates?
They'll be joining us, unfortunately, for this. I know that I'm better on my own. I've heard it so many times. But, you know, for some reason, I've got two coattails. Why not have two coattail riding pieces of fucking verminous scum? You know?
Wow.
At least I'm verminous scum. Not
What a
just scum,
total piece
I'm
of shit.
verminous scum.
Dude, we're the ones that kill the brain beast in the fucking intro, TJ. It's
Yep.
Scotty and I that do it. You just come along when it's already a fucking almost dead corpse
Oh, when it's
and
softened
give
up.
it the coup de grace.
Oh!
Look.
We do all the fucking
All right,
heavy
let's-
lifting, TJ.
Hold on. Let's review this shit then. Let's just take a look at what happens here.
You know what I've noticed about that too?
Be
It's like
quiet.
we
Be
watched
quiet,
it so many
Scotty.
times.
What's
Paul
that?
Paul doesn't wear pants in that. He just has a shirt.
He doesn't need pants.
Oh, yeah, because my belly covers
His
everything.
belly covers up his whatever.
I know,
junk
dude. That's
is
what I'm
lingering
saying. Well, yeah,
under
his shirt, but he just has
Hold
a
on.
giant shirt.
So let's take a look at this.
It's actually a moo-moo.
Oh, it's a moo-moo. Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I'll go ahead and mute it for the audience. Or
We'll
mostly.
skip forward to the fucking brain beast
Well, I'm
fight.
going to, dumbass. Give me a second.
Going to, dumbass. We're waiting
Well,
for
Jesus, like what? Yeah, what are you waiting for? The second coming of Christ?
I'm just adjusting some audio
it. Okay,
shit.
so Brain Beast attacking the fucking
All right, so hold
city.
on. Scotty does his little faggoty blast. Doesn't even
Stun.
do shit. Just stuns it. Paul shoots off an arm like a retard, and then I have to deal with the death blow because you guys couldn't finish the fucking job.
The death blow. Get out of here, dude. It was already.
I
dude,
decapitated that fucking thing with one blow.
It would have
from my
lasered
mighty
you.
axe, dude.
It would have lasered you into a cinder
What
if
do you
not
mean
for me
would've?
and Scotty doing.
We just
all
saw
of
it
the-
happen, dude. What are you talking about? Would've? You
We
saw how it went down.
I stun it. Paul comes in and destroys one of its fucking tentacles. And your ass just comes in to fucking cherry
like
kick.
a sneaky backstabber.
I don't need. You know what?
Glory grabber TJ.
I just felt
Sad
like
and
giving you
pathetic.
guys something to do. I could have just walked up and chopped that thing's head off at any time, but I'm
Coulda,
like,
woulda,
let's let
shoulda.
them feel like they're doing
Coulda,
something.
woulda, shoulda, TJ.
Guess I shouldn't be so generous.
Yeah, I guess next time the
Well,
brain
you
beast
are
is
the
attacking,
weakest
maybe
one,
I'll
TJ.
stay in the fucking holodeck and get rubbed by my holo bitches.
Yeah, I
Fuck
think-
you. You can
and
handle
I'll
the
keep
next
it
brain.
signing,
I
signing
think you
fucking
fucking
executive
should,
orders.
You know what,
TJ.
dude? Fuck this, Scotty. Next time the brain beast attacks and the fucking deep fat fried
The
symbol
brain
goes
beast
up,
ain't gonna be
I'm not
attacking
coming.
again because
You
I
stay.
fucking
You do your
defeated
paperwork
it,
in the
bitch.
Scotty Castle. I'll stay in the holodeck.
I defeated the motherfucker.
Let this
I
dumb
don't-
motherfucker go
Yeah.
face the brain
You know
beast
what?
by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Wait a minute. Of the three of us, who's the deep, who's the fat, and who's the fried?
I mean, I think any one of us
Can be any of those.
can be any of those.
Well, Scotty's not really that fat.
No. So I guess Scotty's exempt from the fat, but
Certainly not deep. Maybe he's fried.
I'm fried, dude.
I think we're all fried.
We're all fucking fried. Dude, you know what? You know what it is? We're all deep fat fried. That's what
Audience, you can decide. Tell us who's who. I think Paul's probably going to be the one saddled with fat, but maybe you'll.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is fucking new?
What's new,
What
yeah.
else is new?
Hey, Paul, you might not realize this, but you fat.
TJ's diet cheating ass sitting there fat as the fucking moon, but I'm the one that always gets all the
TJ
goddamn fat
actually-
jokes.
I'm not as round as you.
That's because you just got more fucking
I got
extra
segments,
height.
dude. I got segments.
You know what TJ claimed to me? He's like, I'm finally back in ketosis.
Yep.
Is that true, TJ?
Yep, it's true.
Where's the pee strip to prove it?
Yeah, why don't you go piss on? You got a keto strip, don't you? Why don't you bring me a bright red keto strip, TJ?
I mean, it's not heavy ketosis.
Oh, dude, I don't
All right.
know that.
What? There's different levels.
Because we can
dude.
do a pee strip test right now, TJ, and see which one of us
I'm
is doing
sure
better
you're
on a
doing
diet.
fine, Paul. I'm sure you're doing fine. I mean, I'm sure you're doing better because you haven't cheated at all, as far as I know, and I've
Not at
cheated
all.
like 8 times. So
Dude, you
know.
just brought home another gallon of whole milk.
Dude, I've been reading about it, and in most of the fucking keto blogs say that whole milk is okay in moderation because of the high fat
dude,
content.
already the fucking slip. Look, moderation. Are you gonna do it in moderation, TJ?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm going to do it in fucking moderation.
Dude, 1 cup of
not
milk
funny,
has 12 grams of carbs.
TJ, you're not going to do anything in moderation is the answer.
1 cup of milk, 12 grams of carbs. If you're trying to be in heavy ketosis, you can have 2 cups of milk a day.
Yeah.
How many cups will you be having,
Well, a lot
TJ?
of the, I mean, you got to look at net carbs.
How
and
many
shit, though.
cups will you be having today, TJ?
I'm going to have a glass a day. At the end of the day, I like a nice
How
glass
big of a
milk.
glass, TJ?
Just a normal size fucking glass.
A
dude.
normal size glass this big?
No. I mean, that's not for, I'd have like this.
a mason jar full.
No, not a mason jar, Paul.
Yes, dude.
You guys are fucking
Paul,
full
hold
of
up your
shit.
Drink. Hold up your drink. Yeah, that filled to the brim, I bet.
Do I have anything I could throw at you over here that wouldn't fucking injure you? No, I guess I don't.
What do you want to injure us?
I
What have
don't
we
want to
done?
injure you. I could easily throw something big and heavy over there, but I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to let you know my disgust with your guys' behavior on this show.
Whatever, TJ.
So today's topic is a little bit of a weird one.
It's a
little bit of a
wacky
weird
topic.
It's
It's based on a series of some wacky characters from a big wacky book.
it's animals of the Bible.
There are some interesting ones.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just a little atypical. You wouldn't think about that.
And for
You
all the
wouldn't think about it.
completists of the world, this is not a comprehensive list that would take
No.
forever.
This is just we just wanted to look at a few animals mentioned in the Bible.
Stay away from the most popular one, which is the snake. Everybody knows the snake,
Everybody
so we
knows
don't really
snake.
get much.
And everyone knows the whale.
Right, so we don't really get much into them, but we're going to look at some of the other animal denizens of the Bible.
Yeah, such as, for instance, the dinosaur.
Yeah.
The humble dinosaur. Animals of the Bible. All right, here we go. In Job 40:15 through 19, there is a reference to what is certainly the creature we call dinosaur. Behold now, Behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox. Lo now, his strength is in his loins. Okay. And his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his nose are wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. Well, are they brass or iron? Make up your fucking mind.
Both, dude.
He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword to approacheth him. Fucking Bible language. For this animal to be described by God as the chief, it must surely have been huge and magnificent sight.
Why?
Not only that, the Bible is full of crazy monsters and shit. So what makes you think they're talking about a dinosaur here and not just some fucking crazy creature that entered the
best thing
Bible
about this is-
writer minds?
As you may wonder, famously, there's the Creationist Museum, there's the Ark Encounter and shit. They have to kind of make all these animals somehow fit into this narrative that you're 6,000 years old.
That's backwards. You're looking at it backwards, you unbelieving scum, dude.
I'm sorry.
You unbelieving scum. No. That verse... Okay, so let me ask you a question, TJ. If that verse isn't about a dinosaur,
Yeah,
what's
that?
it about?
It's about some monster that was cooked up in the mind of
Oh, it was
whoever
cooked up in the
writing it.
mind, TJ. Let me ask you another question, TJ.
Yeah, what's that?
If that monster didn't exist, why did this guy take the time to write it down and describe it? Checkmate, bitch. Checkmate,
Damn,
bitch.
dude, I got no
So
answers
the
for
monsters from Deep Blue Sea must be real too, right?
What are you talking about? That's just a movie.
Okay.
This is the
It's a
Bible.
work of fiction, TJ.
Bible,
Don't
y'all.
you know?
Yeah, it says here, behemoth in Hebrew, or is it behemoth? It's behemoth.
Behemoth.
In Hebrew means gigantic beast. Some, trying to relate this animal to our own experience, say it refers to an elephant or a hippopotamus, yet neither of those have a tail like a cedar, so faggots don't know
What else
shit.
could it be?
Elsewhere in the Bible, there are mentions of animals fitting descriptions of different kinds of dinosaurs for which we have physical evidence, okay? So
Okay.
Isaiah 27:1, it says, "And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea." Boom. Boom.
Obviously
Leviathan.
talking about a plesiosaur.
Yep.
Ocean-dwelling giant of the dinosaur age. So I'm convinced.
In the day of the Lord, with his severe sword, great and strong, will punish Leviathan, the fleeing serpent, Leviathan, the twisted serpent, and he will slay the reptile that is in the sea. Yep. Sounds reasonable. Sounds like a fucking whatever you said, plastic sore or whatever the fuck.
A plesiosaur, TJ.
I'm not a dinosaur expert.
Come on, the Bible's talking about it here.
Jeremiah 51:34 says, "He hath swallowed me up like a dragon. He hath filled his belly with my delicates."
Whoa.
Jesus.
Damn, all your
Sounds
delicates?
kinky, dude. Sounds kinky as fuck.
That does sound kind of
This is an
kanky.
actual picture.
This is a picture of Jesus with a dinosaur, actual photograph. Psalms 74:13, "Thou breakest the heads of the dragon in the waters." Okay.
What about all the dragons that were running around on land? Why are those never mentioned?
The water dragons were a much bigger concern.
You'd think the T-Rexes and shit. And lo, the dragon did come, and like, why is there none of that? Why is it all something that lives out in the ocean, the big great unknown?
Job 41, I don't think you know the answer to that.
Oh, okay.
Job 41:19 through 21. "Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out." Yeah, because remember all the famous fire-breathing dinosaurs.
Yeah. Which
Out of
wa-
his nostrils goeth
I
smoke.
mean, it sounds more like a dragon, but I guess it's really a dinosaur.
No, it isn't. You've never heard about Flame Breathosaurus Rex?
No.
Flame Breathosaurus Rex was just discovered, Scotty.
As out
Okay,
of a
I'm ignorant
seething
of that.
pot or cauldron, his breath kindleth coals, and flames go out of his mouth. Okay, yeah, great. Isaiah 36. Not 36, but 36. The viper and fiery flying serpent. Yeah, because remember the fucking flying serpent that shoots fire out of its mouth? That
Yes.
doesn't sound like a mythical dragon. That sounds like a fucking dinosaur, right?
Of course.
Most often, these animals are referred to as dragons, as we see in the Bible, because there was no word dinosaur.
Oh,
Remember
Why-
that dinosaur is a more modern term coined in 1841 by Sir Richard Owen, an English anatomist, from the Greek word dinos, terrible and monstrous, and saurus, meaning lizard. We may even be living with them still in the form of Komodo dragons. Science has proven to be shifting sands. The Bible, steadfast.
Wow.
Okay.
So the reason why the Bible
The Lord God made us all, period.
Yeah,
That's
so-
how that
so
wraps
because
up.
this is in the Bible, that's why some Christians really try to own the dinosaur thing. It's because they're like, oh shit, it says in fucking Genesis that God creates everything, all the animals and all the beasts, and man has dominion over them. So that means dinosaurs, which we have evidence for them existing, so they have to have existed at the same time.
Yeah, listen to
That's
some
why
more
they,
of this.
that's why they try to own it so
Hold on,
hard.
Guys-
listen to all the evidence before you dismiss.
Our understanding of the sun as a giant ball of nuclear flaming gas shifting.
It's shifting.
Fag's idea that the sun is a giant eye watching him and looking over the hunt. Steadfast.
Steadfast.
I can't dispute that.
Unchanged since time immemorial. All the basic kinds of living creatures were brought into existence in the same initial week. Yep. Moses wrote, "In 6 days Jehovah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them." This would include the dinosaurs.
It has to.
And man as well. Jesus himself affirmed that mankind has existed from the beginning of creation. Yeah, he said that, and he said this. He said that in Mark 10:6, by the way. This certainly excludes the notion that dinosaurs became extinct millions of years before man appeared on the planet. Oh yeah, it destroys it.
Yep. Not even worth looking into.
Humanity was given dominion over all the lower creatures of the
Yep.
earth in Genesis 1:26. There is no reason to exclude dinosaurs from the scope of that passage. So dinosaurs are our bitches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
As is evidenced by all these photos that you found from that era.
I mean, here you even see that Jesus
Dino
himself
Jesus.
was a velociraptor.
Velociraptor Jesus.
There is a growing body of evidence that dinosaurs and humans were contemporary.
Oh,
Like,
of
for
course.
instance, in a 1970 newspaper report, a reporter discovered that the cave paintings in Zimbabwe that depicted human beings hanging out with dinosaurs, dude.
Whoa.
Dude.
I'm
There
sold.
was accurate representations of the elephant and the giraffe in the painting, and a fucking brontosaurus was up in there.
Damn.
How do you explain that, atheist? Checkmate.
These artworks have greatly puzzled scientists since Bushmen are known to have painted from real life. And the source for that is the Bible Science newsletter from 1970.
A reputable source.
Of course.
Indeed. Definitely not one
Unimpeachable.
that you'd want to call into question at all.
Unimpeachable, I believe.
Unimpeachable
is the
indeed.
word you're looking for, Paul.
Yes.
After about 70 years ago, Dr. Samuel Hubbard, curator of archaeology in the Oakland, California Museum, discovered dinosaur carvings off the cliff walls of Havasupai in Arizona. One remarkable carving resembled a Tyrannosaurus. Nearby, dinosaur tracks were preserved in the rock surface. So why does mainstream science just continue to refuse to acknowledge that this is the truth?
Look at that, dude.
And this is Jesus riding a raptor. Here's Jesus getting fucking eaten by a fucking T-Rex or a raptor or something.
Saying, I choose
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's what the crucifixion used to be about. People have this idea that people were just hung there till they were dead. No, they were just hung there and left out for the fucking raptors and T-Rexes
just
to
hung
come
out
along.
until the raptors showed
Yeah.
up, you know. So the next biblical animal we're going to be looking at is the unicorn.
The unicorn?
Yeah.
Unicorns.
There you go.
Let's take a look.
Look at this sparkly shit here. I'll give you some sparkles, Paul. You like it?
That's beautiful.
Isn't it
Mentioned-
beautiful?
What a
That's
beautiful,
so beautiful.
majestic
No, it's
animal.
interesting because this is actually only mentioned in the King James version of the Bible.
Yeah, they excise it from other ones. I guess.
Yeah, the modern Bible, it's wild ox or oxen.
Nope, unicorn, dude. Unicorn. Like in Numbers 23:22, it says, God brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. Wow. It's
Whoa.
pretty strong. I don't know how strong a unicorn is, but I'm willing to bet,
Pretty fucking strong. dude.
pretty strong.
Dude, you've seen Legend. If you chop their horn off, like the sun goes out. That's a pretty strong animal.
Numbers 24:8 says, God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. Holy shit. Who are they talking about here, man? This motherfucker's hardcore. Job, once again. Same book that told us about dinosaurs. Here's some passages from Job. This is 39:9. It says, Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee or abide by thy crib?
Wow, dude.
Also in Job 39:10, which is, I guess, the next verse, canst thou bind the unicorn with his name in the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? I don't know. It's a good question. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've stayed up at night just tossing and turning like, canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? God damn it!
Yeah, dude.
Mankind must know.
And how many times have you been walking home from work through the valleys and been harrowed by the unicorn, dude?
Oh, so many times.
Oh, every night.
So many fucking times.
After we finish doing this show, dude, I'm kind of scared to walk home through the valley knowing the unicorn may,
Yeah,
may
dude. Be
harrow
careful
me.
going through the valley, dude. Don't be harrowed by the unicorn.
And then Psalms 29:6 says, He maketh them also to skip like a calf, Lebanon and Syrian like a young unicorn.
Oh. Like a young unicorn.
So here's some Christian explanations of why
Yeah, 'cause, I mean,
mythical animals are mentioned
There's
in the
never
Bible.
been any evidence of a unicorn that's ever been found. So, I mean, it's why they believe they just don't
Wrong.
exist.
Wrong.
No, Paul, no, Paul. Listen to the Christian argument. Look, they make a good argument. I think you're going to be thoroughly convinced after hearing this argument.
Okay.
All
Keep it
right,
in mind.
I got some bad news for you, Scotty.
What?
Some bad news, bitch.
What? What's the bad news?
Check it out.
Uh-oh, Scotty. Check and mate. That looks like a unicorn skull to me. I don't know. What's that look like to you, TJ? I'm no anthropologist,
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
but it looks like a horse skull. I've seen those before. But what's that coming off the top of it there? It looks like I don't know, like a spiral unicorn horn?
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Look at all this shit.
Well, I think that's actually an ancient,
yeah.
fucking.
That's what they was written about in the Bible right there.
Oh, okay. The woolly,
shit,
the
dude.
woolly rhinoceros.
The woolly rhino. I don't know. So anyhow, Here's why these animals keep cropping up in the Bible. Unicorns are not mentioned in any of the modern translations. Only in the King James Version are they mentioned. Most of the modern translations say wild ox. Some even say buffalo. However, many Christian apologists are insistent that the King James Version is the most accurate of all the English translations. If you get an old 1828 Noah Webster's dictionary, which is the very first edition of the dictionary that Webster came out with about 200 years ago, and look up the word unicorn, it says, unicorn, an animal with one horn, a monosaurus. This name is often applied to the rhinoceros. It could be a rhino. Yeah, all right.
It's a rhino.
It's
Notice
a
how
rhino.
Notice how this 200-year-old definition of the word unicorn says absolutely nothing about a horse. It says nothing about a horse-like animal or a mythical animal or a fictitious creature. It says absolutely nothing about mythology whatsoever, but rather it says the name that is often applied to the rhinoceros. Now, anyone who has seen a rhinoceros knows that the rhino has two horns, a larger one up front and a smaller one behind. So how could the rhinoceros be considered a unicorn? Well, if you look up the word rhinoceros in the same dictionary, it says, rhinoceros, a genus of quadrupeds of two species, one of which, the unicorn, has a single horn growing almost erect from the nose. This animal, when full grown, is said to be 12 feet in length. I'm pretty sure that animal doesn't exist. There is another species with two horns, the bicornis. They are natives of Asia and Africa.
You know, it's funny how this really just all falls apart. And it falls apart really quick. So you talk about the 1828 definition of the word. But the King James Bible was written about 200 years before that even came out, or if not more. I think it came out in like the 1500s.
Yeah, I have
Like
no
1511, 1400s, the 15th century. I mean, it came out hundreds of years before that dictionary even came out. So, did those people even know what a rhinoceros was when they were translating it?
I have no idea, and I don't think that there was too many rhinos running around in, like, they're fucking native to like Asia and Africa, right? I don't think they were
As far
really.
as I know.
Yeah, I don't think they're really in the Middle East where all this shit is said to have happened. So, not really sure what's going on there. Now, I did a video on my channel not too long ago called 10 More What the Fuck Bible Passages. And one of the passages I read concerned Elisha and the bears. And in case you didn't see that video, I'll go ahead and reaffirm what was said there. From there, Elisha went up to Bethel. As he was walking along the road, some boys came out of the town and jeered at him. "Get out of here, Baldy," they said. "Get out of here, Baldy." He turned around, looked at them, and called down a curse on them in the name of the Lord.
Damn.
Then 2 bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. And he went on to Mount Carmel from there and returned to Samaria.
That's a gigantic gang of boys just to start off. There was like 42 of them got mauled, so there must have been more. The implication
Correct.
there is that there were more than 42. So there's like a gang of 50 kids. And poor Elisha's just walking down the goddamn road.
Fuck you, bald bitch.
I mean, he's God's new prophet, just trying to fucking take a stroll, trying to fucking tell the people what's what. Bunch of little kids come up to him and go, "Hey, fuck you, Baldy."
God damn.
How does God respond?
God's a prick.
Sends a fucking bear, a she-bear, dude.
Sheba.
Fucks those motherfuckers up.
Check it out.
And so it came to pass that the prophet Elisha traveled by the city of Bethel. He was feeling pretty down because his master Elijah had just been sucked up into heaven by God. And
Isn't that a
then-
good thing? Why do they have demonic hamster eyes?
What the fuck?
Elisha's feelings were hurt. But in the end, he
His
did
feelings were hurt.
any wise
By the evil little doll children who want to inhabit his
merciful man of
soul.
God would do.
In the name of the Lord, I curse you.
Thanks, God.
God bless all of his children everywhere.
It's a beautiful story, dude.
It really is.
I mean, I think it's kind of one of the most beautiful stories I've ever seen. You know, bald guy just walking down the street, minding his own fucking business.
I mean, he's having a bad day, too. His master just got sucked up into heaven.
Yeah, the last thing he needed was a bunch of punk-ass bitch kids coming up to him and talking all kinds of shit like, oh, Elisha, you bald. I think those kids had it coming. I think they deserve to be mauled to death.
Dude, if
by
you were the
bears.
prophet, they'd been like, go up, receding hairline, go up, receding hairline.
What? Go up?
Look at
That's what they say. Go up, thou
Yeah.
bald head.
This is
okay.
probably the King James version.
Here's I found a nice like little picture of it too. Here's another depiction. You know,
Beautiful.
look how happy the bear is to be eating the kids too.
Well, I mean, God commanded the bears to do it, so.
Kind of heartwarming, you know.
Well, I mean, when your Lord and Savior tells you, like, look, you got to go maul those 42 kids, I mean, what are you going to do?
Here's like here's one where they're not even trying to be ironic or anything here. They're just showing it like, yeah, this is what happened. Also, apparently the people they didn't really know what a bear looked like, I guess. So
Oh.
the bears look kind of like werewolves for some reason.
Yeah, those are strange bears.
Dude, he's all like, don't fuck with me, bitches. You should give him that fucking
I
hand.
mean, it's not like these artists at this time had like photo references.
Some fucking
and
werewolves
shit, you know?
fucking jump out, start fucking killing the kids. Hey, fuck you, kids.
Yeah, he doesn't even care either. Look at him. He's like, peh. Fuck all of you.
Fuck you, you stupid little fucking faggots. That's what
Teach you to
get.
call me bald.
Call me
I did
bald, will
read
ya?
about this, that like bald used to mean something else back then, because baldness was associated with leprosy.
Yeah.
And so being called a baldy back in the day was like a real insult, because it was like telling people, hey, don't go near him. He's a fucking baldy. Because, yeah, so.
Sounds cool.
But still, it's a little harsh, don't you think?
Mm,
You think God
You
was
have leprosy. Be mauled by bears.
yeah. It's a little harsh on God's part.
you
No,
know,
not God. God is
I
perfect.
think a bear meant a different thing at that time as well. So
Like, what did it mean?
I mean, I think
Whoa.
this explains
Oh.
what was really going on there.
Couple of gay bears. I see what's going on there.
Yeah, you see what's going on.
Ooh la la.
So we have a video that's going to apparently take a deeper look at this. Let's see. This is the real meaning.
the real meaning.
In the Bible, the prophet Elisha is definitely one of the good guys. He gets messages from God, performs miracles for God, and tries to get the people of
He gets
Israel to
messages
follow
from God.
But there's
What do you
one
want me
story
to do
about
now,
Elisha
God?
that seems a little off.
Well, I mean, like, if it said there he was bringing babies back to life. So, I mean, like, yeah, he killed a few kids, but think about all the kids he saved.
He saved a lot of kids. You're right.
You got to fucking look at both sides of the equation.
Why is this artist putting so much hair on Elisha's head?
Yeah, isn't he supposed to be bald? Whatever.
In this story, Elisha is on his way to the town of Bethel when a bunch of boys start following him and mocking him. Go up, you bald head, they say. Now, these days, being bald
There is no other evidence Elisha was bald. Well, it says so in the fucking Bible.
Chrome
so.
dome. You're a chrome
So wait,
dome.
this guy specifically, he's recounting this story, but he's like, I'm drawing him with hair because there's no evidence. There's no other evidence Elisha was bald. No other evidence.
Just the book that you.
So I mean, obviously this guy desperately doesn't want Elisha to be bald. Like, he's like, fuck no, dude. No, I ain't drawing no bald piece of shit.
The
Dude,
dude drawing this is probably bald.
if
so
I
he's-
was-
he's insecure.
If I was a blind dude who was asking for historical evidence of a dude's baldness, and there was a well-known story about him walking by a group of 50-plus kids, and they yelled baldy at him, I'd consider that pretty strong evidence that he was a bald dude. I don't know.
You're bald.
Love how critical they are of that little detail, but anything else in the Bible, just face value.
is no big deal. Lots of people shave their heads on purpose, actually. But back then, baldness was associated with leprosy.
Oh yeah.
So it was looked at as a pretty bad thing. Calling someone bald was a significant insult. So Elisha turned on the boys and cursed them. And when he did, 2 bears came out of the woods and attacked, mauling 42 of the boys. Yes, indeed, 42 children mauled by bears for calling Elisha a bald head. Nice, huh? And if you don't believe it, you can check it out. 2 Kings 2, 23-24. As you might imagine, this story is not a favorite for church services. Yes, there's a message there, but it's hardly one that justifies mauling children. It's
I disagree.
also been a tough one for people trying to explain and interpret the Bible. Typically, commentators will say that these were adult men, not children, and that they were a pretty nasty group, sort of biblical soccer hooligans. They were mocking a prophet, and
I mean, where does it say that again?
Nowhere.
Where
It's
does
just
it say
how we
that in the verse?
justify something horrible
This is
like a
sophistry.
bear mauling a kid for
Yeah,
calling
they're
somebody
not
baldy.
boys.
Dude,
They're
listen,
actually men.
they were actually men, first of
They're
all.
How does that
Yes.
change it, though?
Listen, the things you gotta understand about this story is, first of all, he was not actually bald. Second of all, the boys were
Not
actually
really boys.
men, so they deserved to die. And third of all, bald was a way worse insult back then. You know, it was way worse.
Well, also, he's a prophet, TJ.
And you know,
he has to
also,
be
yeah, he was a
protected.
chosen man of God. You know, all that
ursine
shit.
violence was justified. But that's a bit of a stretch based on the original language. And besides, what about turning the other cheek? Or, say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. It's just a little hard to see the holiness here. But what if the story is more symbolic? What if Elisha...
Here we go.
Symbolism. I like it.
All right, guys. This is one of those rare Bible stories that's like symbolic. We don't like this one, so it's like a symbolic
It's not
story.
literal this time. This time it's symbolic.
You know, the good stories, those are all literal. The bad story is more like a symbolic story. You know what I'm saying?
The Bible is always, there's a quote, I don't know who said it, the Bible is always literal when you're talking about how it should be implemented and always figurative when you're defending it.
stands for something spiritual? What if his hair does too, and the boys and the bears? What if the message is something a whole lot deeper?
All right.
You can find that kind of explanation
Lay it
in the
on
work
me.
of an 18th century thinker named Emanuel Swedenborg. According to Swedenborg, Elisha represents
What's all this
God
bullshit
himself,
in the corner
as we can
there?
come to know him through the Bible. Hair
You know, like, if you're going to do these, like, drawing videos, maybe you should be able to draw.
That would help.
Just, like, I don't know.
are
Maybe
you
this
talking about,
this
TJ?
style of video ain't for you because you can't
He's
draw.
doing a good job. Don't you think so, TJ? Look at him.
No, I don't. I mean, like, this is... Okay.
represents the outermost layer of something, which makes sense since our hair is the outermost part of our bodies. Elisha's hair, then, represents the outermost layer of God in the Bible, or, to put it simply, the stories of the Bible themselves.
Why is it necessarily
Didn't you call... what did you call a stretch earlier? Like someone who said, yeah, well, maybe the boys were actually men. And he's like, that's kind of a stretch. And then he's going with this.
Yeah.
the hair is the outermost part of the body, so
Okay, so the hair, hear me out. The hair is the outermost part of the body. So in this story, it's the outermost part of God. So, like, where? How is...
I
The
don't
boys
know.
here represent intelligence and logic, which are great, but can be used for bad things. That kind of
The boy... Okay.
makes
The
sense,
boys
too.
represent
We all know how
intelligence and
intelligent
logic,
and logical kids can sound when they're
but
trying
can
to
be
get what
used
they
for
want.
bad things.
Dad, if you don't get me the Videotron K2000 Cyborg game system, I'll have to go to my friends' houses and play theirs. And someone might have drugs, and someone might bring a gun, and you really need to get me this or my life will be ruined.
That's not logical at all.
If
Whatever.
you haven't heard that kind of thing as a parent, you're probably still
I'm sorry, what product is this that I'm looking at here?
The Videotron 9000 game system, TJ.
It shoots arrows,
Okay, so
bullets. It has a
sh-
screen.
It shoots bullets, arrows, has a fucking can opener or something on the top of it,
It's a lightning rod, dude.
and it has an antenna that looks like a fucking curly fry or a phone cord. I mean,
Yeah.
what is that?
doing it as a kid. That brings us to the bears. They represent the power that stories in the Bible have, even when people don't understand them. That's a trick.
Huh?
Rewind that.
Okay, hold on. Let me hear that one more time.
That brings us to the bears. They represent the power that stories in the Bible have, even when people don't understand them. That's a
What?
tricky concept, but basically it
So that
It's
you
not
don't
a-
understand the
No, no,
stories, but
you
they're still
confuse-
powerful.
You confuse a tricky concept with gibberish. It's not a tricky concept. It's just fucking straight up gibberish. There's no reason for any of these interpretations.
The only trick being played here is the one you're playing on yourself to convince yourself that this isn't anything but what it is.
I mean, holy shit.
Means that the stories of the Bible, because they are from God and actually kind of are God, have a special power to set our minds in order even when we don't understand them on the surface.
Okay, wait, so you don't understand
Finally,
them,
there's
but
the number
they're
42.
magical,
We're told
so
that-
it helps you anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Look, you may not get what the Bible's saying, but because God loves you and God is part of the Bible and is the Bible in a sense, it's all good. It's still benefiting you. Especially just excusing the scripture you don't like. So, yeah, the scripture says something that you think is reprehensible, but it's really just God working, so it's okay. You just don't understand it. Pray more and think about it more.
Wow. I mean, like, this representation he's using is just, like, beyond absurd. Like, there's no justification for reading the story and interpreting it.
He's just read into random elements of the story and interpret them.
I mean, you could do anything with this, you know?
Of course you could.
Represents blasphemy, which is the act of stripping all the holiness away from something. Put it all together, and what do we have? We have a picture of people using logic and intelligence, represented by the boys, to attack the idea that God is actually...
All right, whatever. You're fucking so full of shit.
They're attacking the idea. No, hear the rest of this bullshit. This is
there inside the stories of the Bible. By saying Elisha is bald, they're saying that the stories represented by his hair have nothing to do with God represented by Elisha. And what happens to these people? Basically, they get smashed by the power of the Bible, the bears, without even knowing it's happening. Their logic and intelligence get brought down to keep them from doing actual damage in their attempts to blaspheme. That might sound harsh, but think about it. Do you know anyone who attacks other people's ideas and just keeps on attacking no matter what? I'll bet you do, and I'll bet it's not someone you really like being around. They tend to stop making sense long before they stop talking. That's what people become when they spend too much time attacking holy things without thinking about what they might really mean. If you don't want to be like that, then here's a tip. Show some respect for Elisha, and definitely don't call him bald.
He's a bald piece of shit. Fuck Elisha and his stupid fucking ass, and fuck you and your mother. How's that for respect?
Bitch. All right, so you guys know the story of Balaam and his ass, dude?
Dude, Balaam had a big old fat ass, I
His
heard.
ass was
ass,
nice, dude.
It was a fine ass.
He had a
dude.
Balamka-donk, dude.
Balamka-donk, yeah, bitch.
Dude, he had fucking Donkey from Shrek, dude.
There you go.
There it is, dude. Look at that ass.
Look at that ass. Dat ass.
That
oh,
ass,
yeah.
and that's a badass, dude. It is a bad fucking ass.
You see, he's trying to beat it with a stick.
Dude, Balaam was kind of an asshole to his donkey.
He was.
That's the whole point of this story.
Yeah, I mean, it's about mistreating his donkey, dude.
Yep.
Balaam rose up in the morning. He saddled his ass. Oh, yeah, I bet he did. Went with the princes of Moab, who you will remember the Moabites are the incestuous descendants of Lot and one of his daughters.
Our buddy Lot.
So that's a little biblical
All
fact
comes around
for you.
full circle, doesn't it?
And God's anger was kindled because he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. So an angel of the Lord just comes down and fucking
Gets in the path.
Got his
now he
fucking
was
sword
riding
and
upon
shit.
his ass, and his two servants were with him. And the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in his way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass. Yeah, smote that ass. To turn her into the way. But the angel of the Lord stood in a path of the vineyards, a wall being on the side, and a wall on that side. So the angel of the Lord is just not getting out of the fucking way, as usual. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself unto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again.
Damn.
And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no way either to the right hand or the left. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote his ass with a staff.
Damn, dude.
He's pissed.
This animal abuse. I mean, the ass just afraid of this fucking angel. It's in the middle of the damn path. What is the ass to do?
I mean, how come Balaam is like just ignore? Like, what is he trying to do? Outrun the angels on the fucking donkey or some shit? And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass. That's got to be the best fucking sentence in the Bible.
The Lord opened the mouth of
Balaam
the ass.
is not getting it. The Lord realizes direct intervention. He's got to fucking tell Balaam what's what.
Yeah, okay. I mean, whatever. I just like how dirty it sounds. Whatever. And she said unto Balaam, the donkey starts talking at this point. What have I done unto thee that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam said unto the ass, oh my God, a fucking tongue! No, he didn't.
No.
He's like,
Took it in
and
stride.
Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me. I would there were a sword in mine hand, for now would I kill thee.
Fuck, dude.
And the ass said unto Balaam, am not I thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day?
That's a good point.
Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, nay. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel. Oh, okay, so the angel
shit,
was
yeah.
invisible to
Oh, yeah,
him
dude, he
until
didn't see
then.
the angel till then.
In the way, and his sword drawn in hand, and he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the ass saw me, and turned from these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now also I would have slain thee, and saved her alive. So
The fucking ass saved his
ass
fucking ass,
saved
dude.
his ass, dude.
Fuck
3
you,
times.
Balaam.
And he paid the ass back by smoting him. By smiting him, dude.
Her, dude. The ass is a girl.
The fucking
remember?
Oh,
ass
sorry, her.
is a fine ass,
Don't
dude.
misgender the ass, dude.
Dude, he was smiting on his ass and shit for no reason.
And Balaam said unto the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now, therefore, if it displeases thee, I will get me back again. Wow. What a powerful story. Let's watch a video on that, huh?
Yeah, I found a beautiful representation of this story
Yeah, let's watch it.
with some amazing graphics.
Whoa.
The Israelites had traveled
It's all
the desert
it's like
for 40
3D
years
and
to
Dude, this is
shit.
an
in
immersive
Egypt.
experience.
They
Yes.
were now camped
I feel
near
like
the
I'm in an
Jordan River,
Israeli camp
waiting
right
for
now.
a time to cross into the promised land.
Do it.
Balak, king of Moab.
Oh,
the Israelites
shit.
had defeated
Dude, did you
his
see
neighbor,
Balak?
Sihon, the
Balak
king
is
of the Amorites,
terrifying.
and Og, the king of Bashan, and had taken their lands. Now,
It was a
when he
pretty
heard the
gray
shofar
land.
blow in the
And all they
Israelite
have,
camp,
there's
it
actually
brought
not any
fear to
people. They're
his
just
heart.
tents.
The land of infinite tents. Okay, why didn't it... What? All right.
So Balak sent messengers to Balaam, who was in the north,
That's the most fluid animation I've ever
Oh
seen.
my God,
Balaam
what am
said
I
no,
watching?
He would not come the first time because God told him to.
He would not come the first time.
So Balak sent more messengers.
Why is there so much innuendo?
When they arrived at Balaam's, they said,
What's up?
Balak still wants you to come.
Stay tonight. I will answer you in the morning.
God came to Balaam
This
at
is
night
fucking
and said,
hideous.
Dude, this is
If the
awesome.
men come to call you, rise up and go.
That's
with
what I
them.
meant, you
But
know.
You shall do as I
Awesome.
shall
I
do.
have such a greater
Hey, it's me,
understanding
God.
of the story.
The messenger returned.
Balak still wants you to come.
Tell Balak that I will come.
So Balaam got his donkey, mounted her, and began the journey
Oh
to
my
Balak.
God. I couldn't see
God
the
was
angel.
angry because he went. So the angel of the Lord stood in the path with his sword. When the donkey saw the angel, she turned off the path into the field. Balaam beat the donkey and turned
Yeah,
her back
bitch.
into the path.
Come on,
Then
back
the
on the
angel of
path,
Lord
bitch.
Stood in the path where there was a wall
The
on
path.
both sides. The donkey pushed herself against the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against the wall. So
the donkey
Balaam
gets.
beat the donkey again. The angel went further where there was no room to turn to the right or to the left. Having nowhere to go, the donkey lay down.
The ass
Balaam
knew its
was even
place.
angrier, so he beat the donkey with a stick. So the Lord opened
Bop,
the
bop,
mouth
bop.
of the
What the
donkey.
fuck?
What have I done that you have struck me these 3 times?
Because you have made a mockery of me. If there had been a sword in my hand, I would have killed you by now.
Have I
Oh,
ever
kid,
done
you.
anything like this to you before?
No.
The Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel and bowed before him.
This
Why have you struck your donkey
Dude,
these 3 times?
I feel like we're watching like a really bad what's that fucking thing? FarmersOnly.com, dude. They have a talking ass like, hey Balaam, you need to go to FarmersOnly.com.
FarmersOnly.com wouldn't even fuck with this, dude.
Hey, Balaam, did you know you could save up to 50% on your car insurance by switching to Geico?
I've come out because your intent is a...
Whoa,
You've come out?
that is a creepy fucking angel, dude.
I am an angel of the Lord. I have come to punish you for your wicked ways. The Lord's. But the donkey saw me.
Why does he sound like a fucking retard?
Which way did it go?
I mean, like, everything about this is just pure, unmitigated ass, including the ass.
And it turned aside these 3 times. If she had not, I would have killed you and let her live.
Okay,
I'm going to play that one more time.
I like the delivery.
If she had not, I would have killed you and let her live.
Okay,
I have
soulless
sinned.
angel.
I did not know you were standing in the way. I will turn back if you want me to.
Continue on, but you shall speak only the word which I shall tell you.
So Balaam mounted and continued on
But
his way.
remember, guys, free will.
What word was told to him?
Remember, free will. You may continue on, but speak only the words I have told you.
The end.
This is an early film by the great Roger Bryson, CEO and owner of Disney Pixar. Leon Smith worked on this,
Technical
and
advisor?
Lois? Holy shit.
Look at all these people. Balaam was played by Roger Bowl. The donkey was played by Becky Bowl, and God and the angel were both played by Edward Griffith,
Wow.
the legendary Edward
Wow,
Griffith.
they spared no expense.
As you guys
on
know,
this
these are all top voice actors. Hash Animation, one of the greatest studios around.
It was made in
Oh shit,
2005.
TJ. Do not copy or distribute without permission.
Well, too
Do
bad.
you have their permission? Oh, you're going to get in trouble.
You can't copyright dog shit, last I checked.
It seems they've tried.
I don't know, dude. That was something fucking else.
Well, don't beat your donkey. I can
I
agree
guess
with that
that's-
biblical
Don't beat your
story.
ass,
I mean,
Paul.
I guess that's the message. I
Yeah, don't
know.
beat on your animals and shit.
And don't defy God.
Don't defy God. And
Be
then,
nice.
of course, there's the famous story of Noah's Ark.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot about the animals in this, but there's a lot of questions that are raised by
Let's
the animals.
Take a look. Yeah. So Noah's Ark. Here's the real story. Okay.
The real one.
Oh, shit, dude.
The real.
They seem to like that a
story.
lot. Christians really like the real story.
I don't know. Is this a Christian site or is this
I think this is a Christian site.
I would
yes.
bet this is a Christian site.
There's one of those unicorns with 2 horns there.
Of course.
When most people think of Noah's Ark, they think of the animals and have questions. We'll talk about 3. For answers to 6 of the most common questions about the animals on the ark, check out Noah, the real story. Could all the animals fit on the ark? No.
No.
No, they couldn't.
Spoiler, no.
How did
it's
the animals
impossible.
breathe, and was there proper ventilation?
Another good question, and no.
Probably not. What did Noah do with all the waste generated by the animals?
I mean,
Drowned in it, probably.
like, why couldn't you just throw it overboard?
It's too much
He
to even
scooped it off,
deal
dude.
with. How did Noah and his family feed and water 16,000 animals? I think that number is
a little low.
shockingly low, but
Well, it said he animals of every kind.
oh
TJ.
right, the
Well, God-
weird, the biblical
Look,
distinction.
God put them on the ark. God provided for them.
All right, so let's see what these questions are. How many animals were on the ark? Answer: a lot, probably not as many as you think.
Oh.
The key here is the meaning according to their kinds.
Oh, kinds.
Yes.
Kinds. When God told Noah to take birds, animals, creeping things, male and female, according to their kinds. What does kind mean? Does kind mean species? There are millions of species, somewhere between 3 and 30 million. Or does kind mean genus? Oh. So they just
See?
brought 2 of every genus of animal.
Yes, so they could then re-evolve.
Yeah, they brought groups of animals, TJ.
Yeah, okay. A little bit higher over the taxonomical ladder or whatever the fuck. Were there dinosaurs on the ark?
There must have been, right? We learned earlier that there were dinosaurs during biblical times.
Answer: if dinosaurs were around, they would have been on the ark. Well, were they around or not? Dinosaurs are fascinating because the diverse group includes the largest animals to ever walk the earth. Yeah, how would you even fit a fucking brontosaurus on the goddamn ark?
They didn't bring a brontosaurus. They brought one of the little chicken dinosaurs. One of the kind, TJ.
Oh, okay. What did Noah feed the animals? Hay, grain, meat, and lots of we don't really know, but we can make an educated guess. Okay. The educated guess is that this story is bullshit.
The story is a work of pure fiction, and there's no way these animals all could have coexisted because a lot of these animals, the survival depends on some of their competitors being on the ship dying.
I mean, the fucking Bible gives you...
How would carnivorous animals survive?
The Bible tells you the dimensions of the fucking ark, and it's just not big enough.
You bring enough extra animals for the carnivores to eat.
Not to mention there's some animals that they cannot possibly survive in that environment. They need specific environmental conditions to survive in.
Yeah.
An ark is not going to fulfill those, so a lot of these animals are going to die.
Like what?
Like what? The aquatic animals.
Well, they didn't need to be on the ark.
What about
they were in the ocean?
Yeah, they're in the ocean, but a lot of those animals still need to breathe. They still need land, like seals, for example. Seals can be in the ocean.
Well,
but also need land.
they went on the ark when they needed to.
Yeah, they just jumped off and swim.
There was a revolving door on the ark.
Yes.
Like a
and
plank.
all the freshwater fish just stayed in the. God separated the freshwater parts of the ocean from
the freshwater animals. All
saltwater parts of the ocean. It was like a brackish mix.
Oh, so God just kept them separate.
Yes, and they had an insectarium in there.
What about the ones that need like specific conditions? Like, we'll take the ark. I mean, the ark has a lot of animals, generally a lot of body heat. So, what about the animals that need like colder conditions?
Like polar bears.
Yeah, like penguins and polar bears.
Okay, so kinds, dude. God didn't bring those.
So
he brought a bear. Didn't bring a penguin. He brought a bird.
I have a fucking bearded dragon. I'm pretty sure that like you have to create like a fucking environment for them, like an artificial little environment in their tank
for your bearded dragon.
Also,
you
what
do.
about predation?
What about a lizard that has more hardy?
So you bring lions, right? But
I'm
lions
just saying,
have a
like, there's
natural
all
instinct
these
to
different
hunt.
animals from all over the planet that need different conditions.
You don't bring a lion. You bring a house cat. It's the same kind.
Yeah, both
But
felines.
but they're still gonna want to prey on the smaller mammals in there because that's what cats do.
So you bring a big basket of mice. Feed them the mice.
They didn't say they brought a big.
Just
basket
hope
of
that
mice.
2 were left at the end. So let's watch a little Noah's Ark cartoon. I think it's a cartoon. Noah's Ark, Noah's Ark. This is called Bizarre Noah's Ark cartoon.
Why don't we just kill them now?
Of course. I don't see why we have to worry about that foolish lion and his stupid friends.
I can see that Fat has
Says there's a lion on
Is
there,
this a
Paul.
failed Tony the Tiger or something?
Aren't you aware that we've earned the respect of all the animals on board?
It's
this
great.
And why would we want the herbivores' respect?
They're acceptable.
Are they all worried about not having a lettuce's respect?
You imbeciles. The world to come will have...
You imbeciles!
So the animals on the ark had their own political machinations going on.
Oh shit, dude! So it makes
the carnivores versus the herbivores.
Yeah,
and
they
shit.
were all up to some fucking, Game of Thrones
so it was like
shit.
Game of Thrones alliances. Okay, I'm kind of understanding it a little bit better now.
Yeah, like the gators and the wolves all got together.
It's good stuff.
Having to run after your food? We won't have to do that anymore.
Oh
the
shit,
food
dude!
will run to us. When we get to dry land, we will take the animals to a place where we can choose the ones we want to fatten them up until the time comes for.
So the carnivores are basically the beginning of factory farming.
Whoa, I like that
Dude.
pig.
These guys fucking invented that shit. They invented factory farming.
They invented factory farming. They're boiling them alive. That's awesome.
Whoa.
Fuck, dude.
Zero won't allow it. He might be a fool, but he's also fair.
And what we can't allow is that just because we feel frustrated...
Okay, Scar
What
ripoff.
the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, what is he?
Is he like an Elvis lion thing?
Scarfasa?
I don't know, dude.
Faced with failure, we give up without trying once more.
So then...
I just want to say that every single one of these character designs is just fucking hideous.
Except for the pigs. I kind of like the pigs.
They're Illuminati pigs, though.
No.
Oh, so he's the good guy lion that's on the side of all the herbivores.
King, it seems all the bad boys came out to play. Zero, I'd like to invite you for a drink.
No, thank you. I'm with some old friends.
Old friends can always be traded in for newer friends, Zero.
Not in my case. For me, my
I'm
friends
evil.
Are fundamental.
The audio mixing is really bad, so our conversation does not seem that. Oh, damn.
Damn.
Whoa, dude.
She got some big old titties.
Fetish fuel.
Why don't you come?
Excuse me, guys. Oh, I love his face there. Someone please meme this somehow.
Guys, I'm going to have to take a quick break. I've got to go to the restroom.
I'm not even going to bother.
Whoa, TJ, put that away.
TJ, come on, dude.
You can't even see it from there. It's small. You don't know what's going on over
Disgust me.
TJ, you don't have to move your hand that much. You be more like this.
Dude, Patty the Puma, dude. Patty the Puma, dude. She's pretty hot.
Patty the Puma
Damn,
gonna fuck that sweet ass. Well, I feel like this was kind of a short show, but that's all we got.
I didn't realize that so much political shit was going on inside the Ark, so I'm glad we got a look at that.
Yeah, get a little glimpse inside there. We will be back to doing our shows live for you guys next week, or I don't know what day this is coming out on. I don't know. This is like a makeup show. We're not fucking back yet or whatever the fuck is going on.
We're still in LA having the time of our fucking lives.
Having the time of our lives. So we'll be back soon. I mean, we might actually already be back by now, but we had, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't give a shit. Whatever. This is pre-recorded. This last of the pre-recorded episodes. We'll be back next week. Fuck you. The end.
Bye.
See you later.
See you fucking pieces of shit later.